Today I'm talking about the fear of winning. So I'm going to start by asking a question. What is talent? What is potential? Talent is an idea, a basic idea that if we put the pieces together, that the talent will be realised. But what pieces and where do they go? Is freaky talent enough? Is a freaky physical talent enough to get the job done? Is athletic talent a body type, a physical capacity, a measure of flexibility, of movement, physical resilience, psychological resilience, stoicness maybe? What is it? How do we define it? In this country, we've spent a lot of time measuring the physical capacities of, let's say, junior sport and categorising them into groups based purely on physical parameters. But is it enough? Have we spawned champions doing it that way? What about their psychological capacity? What about their capacity for psychological resilience? And I think this is where the words talent and physical potential clash, because talent is not potential, nor is perfectionism, because it doesn't allow for failure. And failure is the key component to the potential that nobody wants to talk about, because it's the unglamorous sibling of success, isn't it? But travel through it you must if you want to know the truth of your potential. There's no way to get to some kind of personal success without traveling through some form of failure, with some form of setback, with some form of, misfire. So if we want to know the truth of our potential, then we must become the masters of failure. So we use failure to teach, not to belittle or to judge. Because if we avoid failure, do you know that we create fear of the unknown? This is the true definition of the fear of winning. So I must allow everything to be experienced in order to know the true potential that's inside me. And yes, the true meaning of the word talent. So the truth of knowing our potential and our talent is in our ability to leave the realm of fantasy. And so that is to say, to stop thinking about talent and potential, which are both mental projections. And from that place, we have to leave the safety of the shore and wade out into the unknown, ready to accept all that's thrown at us, all of the successes, all of the failures, all of the challenges, all of the discomfort, all of the transient nature of day-to-day training that goes up and down like a yo-yo. So the leap of faith is not a metaphor, it's the reality. Otherwise we're caught in the fear of winning loop. We're afraid to fail, and we're afraid to authentically try without the guarantee of success. And in sport, there is no guarantee of success. In life, there is no guarantee of success. In life, there's no guarantee of tomorrow. So, of course, it does not and cannot exist. Am I afraid to be seen taking off the gloves fully and trying to win, trying to succeed? Because what happens if I authentically try and then fall short? What will everyone think then? So it's not about what others think. It never is. The fear is what you think, what judgments you make of yourself. It's the raw fear of the critical inner dialogue that creates the fear of winning, our own internal voice. Because in some ways we live our whole existence in our heads and we filter it that way. So the fear of winning creates a stuckness, afraid to really try to win, afraid to lose, damned if you do and damned if you don't. But to hell with that, how's that working out for us? Because it's all in our head. There really is only one option, and that option is go for it. You know what I mean? Like boots and all. totally naked with the goal, totally accepting of all the lessons, all the challenges and hardships that it will bring. And if you think it's not going to, you're kidding yourself. Images are good for books. They're not good for reality. Take the leap. Just allow yourself to fall. And don't try and break the fall. Trying to break the falls just stunt your growth as you try to grab the edges on the way down, which is what a lot of athletes try to do. They want the guarantee. They want the easy way out. They want to hold the sides while they fall, but they can't. You'll tear out your fingernails. It's a nightmare. So trying to authentically win means you're unattached to the safety harness in the leap. You're going to jump, you jump, and you don't try and break your fall, because the leap has no other side to it, nor is there a bottom that you hit or a completion that you make. The idea of completion is also an image or a projection, a mental idea. The leap is an experience. It's only ever about the leap. The destination is a result of allowing yourself to fall into the flow of falling. And as you do that, you flow in the direction that you need to go. You flow with the failures and the challenges and the discomforts, and you end up where you need to go. Flow meets the challenge head on, like a river meets the ocean. That's the truth of it. The flowing river all of a sudden realizes it was always made of the same stuff as the ocean was. Water. Fluid. Like an athletic endeavor is. The river, the waves, the ocean, all made of the same powerful stuff. What's the point I'm trying to make? If you want that flow, you have to let go. Because the river only ever flows downstream. While you're resisting trying to push upstream with your fear of winning, with your fear of failure, you're always trying to swim against the flow. You have to go by the feel of the fall and the flow in the river to use the two metaphors together. Because on any given day, your performance is affected by weather, diet, your emotions, the amount of sleep you've had, just to name a few. When you really look at it, when you really get inside it. So if you go into resistance with those cold, hard facts, you're resisting and you're out of flow with reality. You know, you are water trying to flow upstream against a torrent called reality. It's a torrent. It's not interested in which way you want to go. It's not interested in your preferences. It's not interested in your likes and your dislikes. That's the truth of it. The fear of winning will keep you trapped in this resistance to yourself and the reality of all the outside factors that you have to deal with. Because as within, so too without. So you've got to be cognizant of the filter that you're running it through. And if that filter's got you in fear, you need to look at that. Why am I in fear? So the leap must be taken into the present moment. And once you've taken the leap, you trust that the next step will appear as it will if you're anchored enough in this moment. Yes, exactly the same way the water in the river flows down to the ocean. It's a metaphor for presence, for reality, for here and now. Otherwise, I guarantee you, this fear of winning will always turn into a regret. Every event, you'll leave there knowing you could have done more. And it's haunting. And it's so common. It's nuts. An opportunity gone begging because of a mental fantasy is a damn shame. And as coaches, we see it all the time. So I like to call it out. So point is, get behind yourself. No one else can get behind you like you can. And the only moment that you have to lead is now. Don't wait for the conditions to be right. Don't wait for that perfect race. They don't exist. That idea is just more fear of winning. When I get all my ducks in a row, then I'll be ready to win and succeed. It won't happen. You've got to go through it first. Once you leap, don't try and turn back. Be seen. Be vulnerable. Care not about what others see. This is all about you. Who gives the tinker's cuss what anybody else thinks? Your success has got nothing to do with them. It's none of their business. Just like their journey is none of your business. So if you ask the question, what if I fail? Then you'll know immediately that you're in the fear of losing and in the fear of winning at the same damn time. The two things are the same. It's two sides of one coin. So yes, that's right. They are the same damn thing. They really are. So be a warrior to that within yourself. Never let your fear of failure or your fear of winning overcome your excitement of really experiencing the journey. Jump. Thanks for listening.